Good evening. It's Mark here, and I am in my apartment. My cat Tuna has already gone to bed. It's evening time. Thought I was going to get to record earlier, but it didn't happen. So here I am, doing the reading now from The Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And it is July 9th, and the topic is You observe the day and you receive the benefit. Only a candle that is lit and shining can give a little light to the other candles. If you simply sit there as an unlit candle and listen to hours and hours and hours of talk about light, you won't get lit. You have to come, touch the lamp, and get a spark before you get lit. That is the duty of a disciple. After having seen a lit candle, you should go, bow down, and then get the touch. Once you have gotten that, you work on yourself, make your life brighter. Of course, since you remember that you got the light from another lamp, you are grateful to that light. This is why we dedicate a special day each year in honor of all the great masters, sages, and saints. They were flaming torches. We touch them in some form or other and get a little spark. We humble ourselves in front of those great sages and saints and express our gratitude, and by doing that we are able to receive more. We give our gratitude to our mothers on Mother's Day and our fathers on Father's Day. In the same way, we give our gratitude to the spiritual teacher or the guru who ultimately helps us to realize the final goal, the truth, or God, or the inner light. So Guru Purnima Day, or All Prophets Day, is not just a mere celebration, it is an observance. You observe the day and you receive the benefit. May the blessings of all the great sages and saints and masters be upon you all to make your life more shining, more peaceful, more healthy, and more happy. May you in turn share those blessings with all other beings so that one day we can see a beautiful, blessed heaven on this earth. Well, that's a beautiful message, and just so happens that it's the day before my birthday, and so this idea of candles, I couldn't, of course, help but to think about birthday cake candles and how we light all the different candles. One receiving the light from the first, and then you have this glowing, display of light, depending how old you are. But also, obviously, the point here is that it's an All Saints Day, or an honoring of all Prophets Day, or all teachers even. And I recognize that is something important to do. That I can see that sometimes I can take for granted. This idea that the teachers that I'm learning from once learned from their teachers, and once learned from their teachers. And in the yoga tradition, this goes back thousands of years. Swami Satchidananda, his teacher was Swami Shivananda. And then you go back to his teacher and beyond, and it goes, all the way to, this divine source that it was inspired from, which not sure how to track all that, but it definitely is something that goes back through thousands of years. And to really think about that, sometimes I think we can put that in perspective by thinking about some of the foods that we eat, and that it came from a seed. And from that seed, we were able to receive that food. But that seed came from the plant or the source from before that, and the source before that, and the source before that. And same thing with the animals, tracking all the way back. And therefore, same thing with us, tracking that all the way back. So there is this lineage, this powerful movement of any kind of living thing that we need to honor, that it had some source. And I can see that we take that for granted a lot of times because it's maybe too much to think about on a daily basis for most of us to spend that much effort. But I know for myself, saying a prayer whenever I eat a meal, whenever I have food, can be a practice in that kind of gratitude and honor, to recognize that many hands made it possible for this food to be on my plate. And I remember once reading that it was something like about 75 hands on average were needed to make the food to get to your plate. So there's all those hands, but then of course then all of the years and the fostering of that thing, whether it's that seed or that animal, to survive and maintain through all the thousands of years. And so taking a moment to honor that, and I certainly get pretty introspective around my birthday, and I like to have a moment of gratitude to think about how it is possible for me to be able to be here, and what it took, for my parents to be able to raise me, and the support of friends and other family, the support of the schools that I went to, the arts that I got involved in. So how can I maintain that? What can I do to help honor that and even support that? Sometimes it's just simply by, having a good thought or a good word, like yesterday's reading, a good word about those things. Sometimes it's putting money forward, because money is energy, and that is needed for sustaining so many of these things. And for me, I'm learning more and more how that feels to be an important role that I want to take, is learning how to direct and channel money towards the things that I believe are important and vital in my life, and I believe in our culture. And how can I be a part of that flow of money, that flow of energy? Because it's part of how we've made an agreement from all these thousands of years to use money as a resource that can be used for good. It can be used for all kinds of things, but I certainly want to do my best to use it for good, and to work more and more towards all my actions being for good. And that takes practice. It takes focus. It takes practice, and just like a yoga practice. And that's why I'm doing these readings and staying committed to something that keeps me aligned with doing things for good. I see where in my life I've done things that were self-serving, or I've done things that even harmed others, intentionally or unintentionally. So through some introspection and taking even, this time of year with my birthday, but all the time with meditation, to review, really have those few moments in the day to be able to have that introspective or perspective shift. And sometimes, you can forget that that's important. Again, taking that for granted. So for today, I want to honor that, and I honor you all for watching these and being a part of this process. Thank you so much. And have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, good night.